Good day, everyone. Pastor Loranda here. I have some updates for you today. Just going to bring them up here on the screen. It's been a lot going on out there. Anyway, first I want to tell you that the gospel can be found in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 1 to 4. All right, guys, a lot of stuff have been happening. Earthquakes are happening, and quite some big ones at that. Turkey has been hit with a 7.8 quake that hit about a day ago. And as of right now, the reports are that there is over 5,000 people that has been found dead so far with that quake. I've heard other reports saying that it's expected to get up to somewhere around 10,000 people. That's quite a horrible event. And that quake was felt in Israel. Right after that quake, they got it again with a 7.5. And those quakes are very shallow. That one was only 9.5 kilometers deep, so which is very shallow, and that's why it's causing so much damage too. Two of those quakes was about 100 kilometers apart from each other, but they were still on the same fault line. So there's a lot going on there. This quake did cause a tsunami in Italy. The waves did crash against the shores, and then I never heard of any fatalities or anything like that, but it did cause a tsunami. The Middle East is just getting pounded, and the quakes are not letting up at all. Syria just got hit again this morning with a 4.5 quake. The earthquake maps is unbelievable. There's been 3 in Georgia and the U.S. this morning. Smaller, but nonetheless, it's shaking. Tennessee, Texas, Wyoming, California, Mexico, all getting hit with quakes. Mexico had a 4.4. Puerto Rico has a cluster of small quakes going on right now. The Pacific Rise is a 5.0. 2 in Chile, 4.3 and a 4.2. Argentina, 4.7. New Zealand Islands, 5.1. The Samoan Islands in that region was a 5.0. Hawaii has a small cluster of quakes going on right now, and Alaska has a cluster that is going on, and they're ranging from 2.0 to 3.3. Also, we have some going on in Buffalo as well. So, guys, earthquakes is off the maps. It is absolutely crazy right now. Just go to the USGS quake site if you guys want to keep up on the earthquakes that's taking place. It'll tell you about the earthquakes as they come in. You can also get alerts on your phone, and when a quake happens, it'll send you a notification. Now, I did have that on my phone, and it got to a point where I took it off, the notifications, because it was constant alerts. Your phone was constantly going off. The quakes was that frequent. It's absolutely mind-blowing what's going on there right now. So anyway, guys, we've all heard about the Chinese spy balloon. I mean, it's been all over the news. There's been reports everywhere. It's been all over social media. There's balloons that's been showing up in different countries. And we also know about much debated one that was over the U.S. Well, Natural News is reporting that this is most likely a strategic dry run for something greater. It is considered that this run was a test for a possible nuclear attack, and that they're thinking that the aim is to take out the power grid. No surprise there. The Washington Examiner reports that these balloons can carry smaller devices that can cause a lot of damage to electronics, and can also take out the electronic components such as motherboards and that in vehicles, leaving people with no transportation. Well, I guess that answers the question that many regarding Klaus Schwab's announcement regarding the 2030 agenda, that announcement that he's made recently. He said that people will no longer own personal vehicles, and that he wants this done. The original agenda was the 2030 agenda, but he's saying that he wants it sped up, and that he wants it to take place long before 2030. So, I mean, you can see what's going on. You'd have to be pretty blind not to. And all this is all taking place all around the same time, right after the WEF's meeting. So, yeah, something in the works there for sure. Also, it is reported that the Bank of America's CEO is now reporting that the bank is in trouble and that the national debt has reached an unprecedented level, and that the debt ceiling could be raised as early as June of this year. Now, Biden is apparently to address the nation tonight regarding this matter. We know where this is leading, and that is to two things: straight to war and to the crash of the dollar, to bring in the cashless society, the universal income, and the social credit score that we've been seeing over the last 2 to 3 years or so. A lot of information has been floating around on that. The system is crashing globally, and we have the issue with the BRICS, the petrodollar, and so on. Well, folks, it's all biblical. It's all your new world order, and there's a new world religion. It's all falling under the beast system. So, a quick note on Korea. Apparently, Jong Um has been missing for 45 days. He has not been seen in public, and he did not attend the big parade that took place in the last few hours. So we've heard in the past that his health is not good. I mean, the guy's only 35 years old and apparently has some major health issues. We also know that his sister is next in line if anything was to happen to him. And apparently it's said that she is much more vicious than he is himself. So it's not a good situation going on there. Also, guys, yesterday it was reported that the sun had a major cosmic event where a part of the sun's surface broke away and went in the direction of the North Pole. Scientists are saying that they don't know what has happened or what has caused this or why this is happening. But I mean, biblically, we do know. Mike from around the world had reported, he's an intelligence officer in the U.S., that there is 17 cosmic waves to come to hit us this year in 2023. There's already 3 of these events that has happened, and the 4th one is, which he says is the biggest event so far this year, and that one will happen on February the 18th, which is less than 2 weeks away. For this one that has just happened about 72 hours ago, they said if you are experiencing things like radio or cell phone issues, that this is most likely the reason, as an event like this will cause radio and internet blackouts, and it interferes with electronics. So I know there is some cell phone issues going on. I know my husband and myself has experienced this. We have to, in order to have a few minute conversation, you have to call each other several times to get a few words out each time. It's just absolutely crazy what how that is reacting. But anyway, let me read to you what the Bible says. Well, what's happening in the last days. Let's see. As Jesus was sitting on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, "Tell us, what will happen? What will be the signs of your coming and of the end of age?" And Jesus answered, "Watch out that no one deceives you, For many will come in my name, claiming I am Christ, and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not troubled. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nations will rise against nations, kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquake in diverse places. All of these things are the beginning of the birth pains. Then you will be, so it's possible that we can be handed over. You will be handed over to persecution, and some will be put to death. And you will be aided by all nations because of me. So if you're a Christian and you're out there and you're claiming you're a Christian, there's a lot of people that will aid on you for that. And we see that. Many of us have lost family members and friends because they don't agree with our belief, but that's fine. Jesus warned us and told us that this will happen. At that time, many will turn away from the faith and will betray and hate each other. We see that happening for sure. Many false prophets will appear and deceive many people. Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold. And we see that COVID has brought in the division of families over, people didn't agree with things that went on there. We see all that happening. That was all wickedness, of course. And it goes on to tell us that because of the increase of wickedness, yes, the love of many will grow cold, but he who stands firm to the end will be saved. For as lightning that comes from the east is visible even in the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. Wherever there is a carcass, there will be vultures. Wherever there is a carcass, there will be vultures. Vultures will gather. So we know that many things is to happen. And then it goes on to say, further down the page, immediately after the distress of those days, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from the sky and the heavenly bodies will be shaken. Now we see a lot of that happening right now. We see a lot of incoming asteroids. They say that it's so frequent that many people, every day asteroids are coming in. Every day people are getting either killed or injured by these asteroids. But mainstream media is keeping it quiet. You have to go to alternative medias to find these things out. But it is definitely happening. At that time, the sign of the Son of Man will appear in the sky, and all the nations of the earth will mourn. They will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of the sky with power and great glory. And he will send his angels with a loud trumpet call, and they will gather his elect from the four winds, from the one end of the heavens to the other. Now, learn the lesson from the fig tree. As soon as the twigs are tender and its leaves come out, you will know that summer is near. Even so, when you see these things, you will know that it is near, right at the door. The coming of the Lord will be near, right at the door. So he gives us the parable of the fig tree, saying when we see the twigs on the trees becoming tender, we know that summer is coming, right? We see the trees bud, we know that summer is coming. And it says, even though when you see all these things happening, like he's telling us, wars, rumors of war, things that are happening in the sky, earthquakes and all that, then you know by seeing these things that the time is near, that he's going to return for us, even right at the door. I tell you the truth, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. So his words is true. He will stand by them. They will happen. What he says, prophecy will be fulfilled. No one knows about the day or the hour, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but the Father only. We won't know the day, the exact day that the Lord will come for us. But he do give us the signs. So it's not a timeline, it's a sign line that we are looking for. So this is what he says. As it was in the day of Noah, so it will be in the coming of the Son of Man. Now, we know in the days of Noah, they were eating, drinking, marrying. There was lots of wickedness going on. There was lots of sexual immortality going on, of all sorts and things. It was just complete chaos. So we know that the world is going to be the same things is going to be happening in the coming of the Lord that was happening in the days of Noah. And right now we are seeing this. For in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking, marrying, and given in marriage, up to the day that Noah entered the ark. And they knew nothing about what would happen until the flood came and took them all away. That is how it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. 2 men will be in the field, one will be taken, the other left. 2 women will be grinding at the mill, one will be taken, the other left. Therefore, keep watch, because you do not know on what day the Lord will come. We are to keep watch. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what time of night the thief was coming, he would have kept watch and would have not let his house been broken into. So you must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at any hour when you do not expect him. Now, if we knew that a thief was going to come and break into our place at night, we'd be out watching for him, wouldn't we, to make sure that we could stop them. But we don't know. We don't know when or if, this thief is coming or whatever. We do know that Jesus will be coming. So if we were to know when that a thief is coming to break into our house, we'd be there to stop them, right? Yeah. But Jesus said he's coming like a thief in the night. Therefore, we're not going to know when he's coming. It's just going to happen. Boom. Many people is going to be left behind. Folks, many people don't realize how serious this is all getting. And they think, well, everything's all fun and dandy. We just went through all the COVID stuff. So everything seems to be getting back to somewhat normal, right? People's eating and drinking, marrying again. People are planning their weddings for the summer. Everybody thinks, they're going to bed. They can go to the restaurants and that again. They don't have to put masks on their face. They don't have to do all those things. Everything seems to be getting back to normal, right? Jesus did tell us that when we think that all these things are getting back to normal, that's when he's coming. And that we are to be watchers, and that we are to watch for his coming and warn others. We are to warn others, because if we don't warn others, it says that their blood is on our hands. So we have to warn others about it. Tell them about the gospel. Tell them about the end days. Tell them that Jesus is coming. That's why I do what I do. I don't want anybody's blood on my hands. I want to warn the people to get ready. So you will get laughed at. You will get mocked. You will get scoffed. The Bible tells us that in the end days there will be scoffers and will mock you and laugh at you and so on and so forth. But just carry on. Ignore all that. Just keep doing what you're doing, because we know what happens in the end. We know who wins. We know that those that believes in Christ and that will be raptured out of air, which means taken away. So, get ready. Be ready, because like a thief in the night, we do not know when he's coming. So, anyway, that's it for me today, guys. Remember to subscribe to this channel, share this channel. If you need a Bible, email us and we will send you one for free. You can contact us. The email is in the description box below. So, guys, I hope you have a great day out there. Stay safe. Keep looking up, because your redemption draws nigh. Take care and God bless.